Our people don't want to get right and take heed to what the scriptures say. Salaki. Gosh. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahawah, thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So that's why our people are cursed and in a low state, because they don't want to come back into the Lord's statutes and commandments. They don't want to get right. But guess what? It says, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Because we're cursed. You know, you gotta go to work, and you gotta I call work plantation. You know what I mean? Because it's just a reincarnation of us picking cotton. We still gotta work for this damn devil. The Caucasians, man, Esau, which is your biblical name, the Edomites. Alright? We gotta work, we gotta pay rent. And if you don't pay rent to live, guess what? They're gonna seize your home. And you're gonna be homeless. Right? It's like going in and out.
You ever had that problem?
Hold on. No, it's charging. Tell about this going on. It's a lot, man. It says, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, and Slaki, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. You know? So, like I was saying, the jobs, you know, you curse with your jobs. We cursed with having polluted food. You know, like our children is so disobedient. You know, all these is a curse that the Most High brought upon our people because they don't want to take heed. They don't want to get right. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. You know, when you're born and when you die. That's what that's talking about. Alright? So as soon as you are born, you're cursed. You know, like your daughter may have certain ailments, and she's just a baby. You know what I mean? So it's like that's the beginning of the curses. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto, for to do until thou be destroyed. Like you got most of our men are subjected to what you call that? Child support. You know, we gotta pay to go to the hospitals. You know, so on and so forth, man. Until we be destroyed, you gotta pay taxes. It's all wicked, man. Even living so close to each other, you hear your neighbors popping their wives, or walking on. Yeah, I live in a 3-story apartment building, and under me is a Judite woman. She's big as shit. So it's like when she walk, bro, I can feel it. It's like yo, man, you shouldn't have to 12 in the morning at night. You know, their little kids running back and forth. Oh yeah, oh man. It's like damn, yo. But you gotta wake up in a few hours. They partying upstairs because it's the weekend, the Super Bowl. It's like we're cursed all around, man. Our people are known for statistic rates of the most having the most diabetic symptoms, heart attacks, inflammation. I think it talks about that too. The Lord shall make the pestilence clean until he have consumed from off the land, whether thou goes to possess it. But that's the point that's the point of that, you know? But our people love to be cursed.
Baruch chapter 2, verse 30. It says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I give them an heart and ears to hear.
Right.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord." It said, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people." And basically, you know what I'm saying, all throughout the scriptures, it keeps repetitively saying that, the 12 tribes are a stiff-necked people. And so it's saying in the land of their captivity, they're going to remember themselves. So that's why, you see the 12 tribes sign on here. You see Judah on down to Issachar. And that's why you're seeing our people wake up to who they are.
But before that, it said, we shall say, huh?
Say again.
That we shall wake up in our captivity, we shall praise the Lord.
It says, "But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves."
This is the land of our captivity, you know? And we're remembering ourselves now. Back in the, it's like a reincarnation, you know? We're remembering who we are, and we're trying to bring that remembrance to our people. But they got their nose so high up in the sky, they don't want to hear it. That's why the Lord called them stiff.
"And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name." Which, we're remembering, the brothers that put on that as the elected of Most High. We're basically remembering and naming Most High, which is Yahawah, and the name of the Son, which is Yahawashi. And we're proclaiming that name. That's why you see us out here throughout the four corners of the earth, and we're trying to wake up our people to the fact of who they are. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying Jehovah, Jesus, God, Christ. We're not saying that no more, because we did the research. We looked up in the Hebrew, H30, H3068. That's Yahawah. I think that's it. H30, 68. We learn the Hebrew characters. We can sound it out. We know there's no O, there's no U in Hebrew, and all that. It's not Yahuwah and all that. We know how to pronounce the name of the Lord. And we know what it is. We know what the name of His Son is. So that's why we basically could come out here boldly and proclaim it. And it says. It's talking about, it says, "For they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord." And we know, you know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures is divided into, history, prophecies, and the law. So we could read the history, and then we could reflect on how, what our people did that was going on. And we could try to correct ourselves and not do the same thing.
Hey, that's why the scriptures talk about. That's why it was written, but then, and certain accounts have happened. So today, we can read it and realize why it happened. Like a lot of stories that's written in the scriptures, but it basically revealed faith, during the account of David and Daniel and his 3 friends when they were put into the fire. That's faith, where they didn't want to bow down to the god of Babylon, to the king of Babylon, or even was it Nebuchadnezzar, and even Abraham, when the Lord had Abraham to sacrifice his son, but right when he was about to, the Lord sent an angel to stop him, testing what? His faith. You know? So, a lot of those accounts, even during the time of Moses, you had a lot of our people that actually saw the miracles, yeah. And they still didn't have faith on the Most High. They saw all these miraculous things happening, these wonders that put everyone else in awe. And it's like, yo, you're gonna have that now. You're gonna have that now because you, like the scriptures say, many are called, few are chosen. But throughout reading the book, we have awoken through the spirit of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. You know, because it says here, John chapter, there's more than that? John chapter 3, verse 27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. So the Most High gotta really be something with you. The Most High gotta really deal with you and call you and wake up your spirit, you know? So you can have these revelations. So you can have that faith. So you can have, you know, the gifts that are given from the Most High. You know? The Lord has to choose you. We can't, you know? This is why, you know, this is why the Lord sends out his prophets, because when the Lord sends out men to glorify him and speak, that's how the Lord speaks through men. You know, but that's how we're able to, that's how the Lord gathers up his sheep. You know? Because it's a commandment. What did he tell Peter? He told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep 3 times. And right now, we're feeding the Lord's sheep. You know? The Lord was, Yahawashi was that shepherd. We're the Lord's sheep. You know? This is John chapter 3 verse 3. Yahawashi answered and said unto him, verily, verily, which means truly, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. So you got to spiritually be born again. You know? You got to put away all that wickedness that you used to do, which is the old man, and be reborn again through the washing of through the Spirit of the Lord, which is the Word. You know? By the washing of the Word. That's how you're going to be able to get this. You know? You got to put away all those filthy acts. You got to stop committing, you know, read the book of the law, man. The first 5 books of the Bible, Torah, which means law, the law, man. Alright? So that's what the law was, that's, you know, the law was given to our people. You know? Man can't live by bread alone, but by every word of Yahawah, Bashim, Yahawashi. What you path is.
This is a song of the 3 holy children, verse 5. It says, it's like verse 15. It says, nevertheless, in a contrite heart and in humble spirit, let us be accepted. right? And this word contrite means showing sorrow for your sins. So that's the spirit you're supposed to be in.
God.
It says, nevertheless, in a contrite heart and in humble spirit, let us be accepted. So at all times, that's the spirit we're supposed to be in. That's the spirit that the Most High looking for to accept men.
Right? It says, John chapter 4, verse 13. Yahawashi answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up unto everlasting life. And that water is talking about the word. When you drink and when you consume this word, which water gives life. If you really want, like if you think about like how water, without water, there's no life. We can't live without water. The plants, trees, it's what has everything to plenish. Now, like the scriptures talk about how, it's the scriptures is written in parables and metaphors. So when drinking the water is talking about your spiritually consuming the word. So you should never thirst anymore. You should never be dehydrated. You should never feel like, because you got the word in you now. There's a scripture where it says the word shall not go out void. So every time you read it, every time you consume it, you learn more and more. How to walk. That's what it's talking about. Our spirit will never feel like it's alone, so to speak. Like this is the comfort. When you real thirsty, you drink water, you're like, like now your body feels replenished. You're satisfied. So it's like that. You know what I mean? That's why it tells you to meditate in the scriptures day in, day out. So like that we won't lose that oil, so to speak. Keep that oil firing up. So it's like the oil lamp. When you fire up when you had the oil in the lamp, it keeps it keeps the light on. So the oil, we gotta keep our spirit burning so we can have that light. To bring the truth and to glorify the Most High, to prophesy the things to come. The kingdom is at hand, and wake up the elect.
So Psalms chapter 27, verse 1. Alright, it said, the Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, and who shall I be afraid? I'm sorry, let me read it one more time.
But you said the Lord is my light?
Yeah. This is Psalms chapter 27, verse 1. It said, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
God. Absolutely. You can't serve the Lord and fear man. It's like, where's your faith? You know? It's like, where's your faith? You gotta, the Lord, Yahawashi, being that light, it's like walking here in the midst of darkness. It's a shadow, the valley of dry bones. Alright? As the scriptures say, as I walk through the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. But the Lord, Yahawah, and his begotten Son, Yahawashi, him being that light, helps us guide the way. You know? It helps you guide. Like, yo, if you follow the light, you'll be guided. So, that's the light we gotta follow, man. You know?
This is Psalms chapter 119 and 105. It says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Yeah, it says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." So basically, the word of Yahawah Sham Yahawashi is what guides you. It's what shows you, your footsteps, your path, your conversation, what you're supposed to be doing. Like I was saying earlier. Good precept to.
Right, yeah, like the brother said, yeah. Because that's how, you know, when you following the ways of Yahawashi, he was that light. You know, you'll be guided properly. You'll be corrected, you know?
Yeah, just like that scripture about earlier about I don't think it was read it, but it was about in the curses it says, "And ye shall grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness." So it's like the curses would be us basically, like a groping is basically like feeling, like, a blind person, they're like touching and feeling like you see a blind person, they got a walking stick or whatever, they're like,
yeah.
So like, basically the word of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi.
Like they keep deciding to hold on to.
Yeah, it's like basically like the word of Yahawah Shem Yahawashi is a light unto us, because now we can see, then we could, it gives us a way to guide ourselves, to navigate. All right, we can see through the strongholds, the lies, all that stuff. We know what not to do. You know what I mean?
The Lord allows, opens your eyes so you can see through the darkness. The darkness of His word, the darkness of, the corruptness, the evil that's worked upon this land. You're able to see through it by knowing the scriptures of the Lord, and the Lord, guiding you by putting that faith and believing spirit in you.
So 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10, it says, I'll read verse 9. It says, "The Lord is not slack concerning His promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance." So it's saying the Lord is long suffering. So basically, He'll let things go on for a long time. So that's why we have to have patience, But at the end of the day, our suffering is it's not going to last forever. It's only for a certain amount of time.
I know the scripture says, we got to bear the cross, and it's a light affliction. It's only a light affliction.
Yeah, because, basically what we're going through, it's like a light affliction compared to, like what Yahawashi had to go through. I mean, it's just like a time out or something like that. Like when you do something wrong, it's, your parents or whatever, they might put you in punishment for a specific amount of time, but then, you're going to get out for a certain amount. Get off. So it says, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So whoever the Most High deemed to come back to Him and repent, that's what's going to happen. The elect is going to be sealed. So it says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So it's saying that the day of the Lord will come as a thief, and that's why, you know, we don't know when the day of the Lord is. That's why, you know, you gotta be on your P's and Q's, and you gotta continually do what you're supposed to do. Watch and basically pray. You don't know when the day of the Lord is. It says, and basically it's talking about the thermonuclear destruction of Babylon. The thing that's, you know, that we have illustrated right here. It says, the sign says, the end of America according to God. So this is what's going to ultimately happen, you know. So it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And the conversation, you know, it's not talking about necessarily, you know, you talking to somebody, but it's how you live your life, like your walk, as some people say. You know, your how you live your life. So if we know that this is going to happen, alluding to Isaiah 33:6, you know, are you going to be sitting up here continuing to smoke weed, to party all the time, to live that you only live once, do as I will spirit? No, you're going to correct yourself. You're going to try and refine yourself, discipline yourself, so that you could be a vessel meet for the master's use.
This is Mark chapter 4, verse 21. It says, and he said unto them, is a candle brought to be put under a bushel or under a bed, and not to be set on a candlestick? But there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. So, you know, basically this is the light, right? The Bible, scriptures, Yahawashi and Yahawah. So it's like, if we're not going to put it under the bed, we're not going to hide what we know. You know, because this is freely given to all, you know, to all Israel. I can say all Israel. You know, it's freely given to us. So we got to freely give it back. So it's like if you hiding the truth, you know, and not making your light bare, it's like now the blood is on your hands. Pursuant to Ezekiel, I believe the 33rd chapter. You know? Because that's how the Lord, you know, because you gotta, this is not a seasonal thing. You know? But that's what that's talking about. As far as, you know, with the scriptures. It's supposed to be put on a candlestick. So what? So everybody can see it, so it can be brought to, you know, brought up high. And that's what we're doing with the scriptures, with the Lord. You know, we're bringing out, you know, prophecies, we're bringing out, you know, history, you know, who you truly are, your ethnicity. We're bringing out, you know, the kingdom of heaven to repent. Because that's how the elect is going to wake up, man. 144,000. You know? And women and children and believers. The 1/3, you know, the house of David.
This is Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my servant. That thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. It says, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob. So, you know, basically, it's not asking too much from the Most High, or you know, it's not asking from us to come out here and do His work, because at the end of the day, you know, we're promised a reward or whatever. Like, the Most High is not an unrighteous power. He's gonna basically reward us for what we do. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? We have faith and believe that the Most High is gonna do these things. So it says, "Thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob." And 12, it's like the tribes of Jacob is referring to Judah on down to Issachar. You know what I mean? The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's our job, our duty, to raise them up, to wake them up, to preach the word, to inspire them, to exhort them to come back to the Most High, to restore the preserved of Israel. "I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth." So, you know, the scriptures say that, you know, we're supposed to preach the gospel to the four corners of the earth, you know, to every creature. But it's talking about the nation of Israel, because you have Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, that was one of the curses in Deuteronomy 28 and 61, was that the Most High was going to scatter us among the nations. So, I mean, that's plain and simple. So why is it such a stumbling block for people to know that you're going to have Israelites that don't necessarily look like the traditional Israelites? I mean, it's pretty much plain and simple.
Yeah. Well, that's not, you know, because they're not spiritually, they can't discern, man. Lord didn't give them that eye, that spiritual discernment. You know, and they said, what? Will be a light unto the Gentiles? You know, all the prophets was a light unto the Gentiles. They look at us as a spectacle, because we're bringing out what they're not constantly being taught. You know what I mean? We're bringing out things that they don't commonly hear. So they're like, oh, what's this? It draws their attention. And that's the truth is going to draw the elect's attention. You know? Isaiah 51 and 16. "And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people." You know? So the Lord is the one that puts the words in your mouth. You know, those words is these scriptures.
Right.
And so we gotta go
Right.
and preach them amongst the Gentiles, even amongst the heathen. Because when Paul went to the Gentiles and the heathen, those were our people saying, going into following the Gentiles and the heathenistic customs. Just like our people's doing today. You know? If somebody's calling themselves something else besides who they are, they're looked as a Gentile. Because that's not your ethnicity. You know, that you're alienated. You know, you become alienated. You know? You're not you don't know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, how you know where you're gonna go? You know? That's why it's important to know how Yahawashi look, who you inwardly call Jesus Christ. That's his real name. You know? That's a Hebrew name. Yahawashi was a Hebrew Israelite that sprang out of the loins out of the line of Judah. Alright? So it's like, if you know I'm an Israelite. Now you start getting into the history of it, reading the scriptures, you start learning more. But if you really believe that you're American, or you believe, then you're gonna follow that history. That's like following their ways. You know? You follow their customs.